Mac Mini, it's a computer that back when, say for example, the G4, which is this right here, was new, it was a, I don't want to say revolutionary because it kind of wasn't, but at the same time it was, because you know it was cheaper than say you going out and buying an iMac. So it was actually more kind of pushed towards the people that were wanting to switch from Windows to Apple, or to Apple software, computers, whatever. These were very, very, very popular when they came out. Like, I don't know the exact statistic, but I remember the year that this came out, this was one of the biggest selling things that Apple had. And this came out in 2005, and I think the only thing to beat that was the iBook G4. That was the only thing to beat that. Which I still think is amazing, you know, that people didn't go buy, you know, their iMacs, either bought an iBook or one of these. This is fairly obsolete now. You can still go on the internet, stuff like that. You can do everything it was still meant to do, I suppose, to an extent. It's still, you know, like, if I ever have used this without connected to the internet, it's still fast. Like, it can open everything that it's like, for example, iMovie on it, stuff like that. It can still run that pretty fast. But here's a Mac Mini from late 2014. This was my daily computer for ages. That Mac Mini G4 was technically my first Apple computer that could actually connect to the internet. Oh, I've just hit the tripod, sorry about that. But here is this Mac Mini here. That has a Core i5 in it. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, 1.5 gigs of VRAM, and it's nothing special. When I got this, less than a year old, and this was an absolute brilliant computer. I mean, it still is. I mean, if you're wanting a cheap, you know, alternative to an iMac, I would recommend picking up a Mac Mini like this. They are, the only thing I didn't like about them is these were more pushed towards things like home entertainment and stuff like that. You see, this is where like you could, the infrared sensor for the remote and stuff like that. This was really pushed like that. This is why there wasn't even any advertisements for it. You know, in the Apple shop it's pushed to the very back and stuff like that. You know, so it's a kind of shame that they're trying to slowly kill off the Mac Mini, because you know, there's still a lot of people that I think this would appeal to. And you can see that it's not like it doesn't come with all like modern, oh sorry, I keep hitting the tripod, like modern I/O. You know, it's got 4 USB 3 ports, and it's got 2 Thunderbolt ports. You know, HDMI. I think this is just gigabit Ethernet. You know, SD card slot, things like that. You know, it's not like it's a old machine. You know, it can still run the latest operating system for Apple. But the thing that I think that killed this Mac Mini especially, was the fact that on the 2012 model you could take the back off and you could upgrade the RAM, things like that, the hard drive. This you can't. Everything is soldered to the motherboard and you can't do that. So they kind of left like this thing. Yeah, it's got 4 gigs of RAM, which I've taken like, back in 2014, you know, early 2013, late 2014. This was that 4 gigs of RAM, you know, that was reasonable. But in 2018, would this be a viable choice to buy? I'm gonna say no. I don't think that, I know it's a shame, but I think that nowadays you buying a model with 4 gigs of RAM is like, you're like, in a couple of years that thing will pretty much, you know, it'll be struggling to run anything. Buying a model with 8 gigs of RAM, I wouldn't even go near them because they're not upgradable. I could say with my MacBook here, I can upgrade the RAM on that easily. You know, so you take off the back and find where the RAM is, you know, and then take out that RAM DIMM and then replace it, you know. But with things like that, the Mac Mini here, you just simply can't do that now. Well, this, yes, it was a bit of a hassle replacing the RAM on that, but you could do it. And I have done. This came with 512 megs of RAM. I've put 1 gig of RAM in it. You know, And I just think that there's much better choices nowadays for computers. Either you buy I think I would either maybe spend a bit more money and actually buy an iMac if you're looking for that Apple experience. Or if you're like me, I'd build a PC. I have run Mac OS X on my PC. It's got a partition on the hard drive, Hackintosh, stuff like that. I suppose, yeah, you could do that for like, and you would ultimately be cheaper in the end, and it would probably run just as well or even better. But I would honestly stay away from these unless it's like, unless you see one for really, really cheap. These I believe are going for between £200 and £300 now, like from this date, which is the 1st of January 2018. So if you find one for, you know, from a decent price, or for like less than 200, I'd say maybe pick one up. I see a lot of them getting sold without cables or anything, like the power cable, you know, only comes with the power cord, but I've seen a lot of them getting sold without it, which is, I think it's absolutely shocking, you know. So yeah, that's just what I think of how the Mac Mini is going to be doing in 2018. I believe this will be kind of like the final year the Mac Mini will be effective as a computer that can go on the modern internet and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, yeah, you'll still be able to do things on it, like, you know, go on the internet and stuff like that, and like probably like 2025. But I just think it'll get to the point where the amount of RAM is going to hold it back because it's going to be so slow. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching and bye.